Time to eat another meal alone on stream. Time to eat another meal alone on stream. Let's get some tinctures going on the meal. Let's get some tinctures going. I got some pasta again to start off with. I got some pasta to start off with again. It's time for a little bit of pasta. A little bit of pasta time. Of course, no one's gonna stop by and keep me company. No one's gonna stop by and keep an old man company while he eats a meal. You know, no one keeps me company in real life, which is another act of neglect by the world, in my opinion. That's another act of neglect by the world. But what else is new? We're eating a little bit of pasta again. We're eating a little bit of pasta again. If there's two things in the world that I enjoy, it is pizza and pasta. If there's two things I like in the world, it's pizza and pasta. And no one stops by Milan Roke. This is some generic alt account that is gonna like insult me if I acknowledge it for too long or something like that. Either that or it's just gonna say hi once. Milan Roke. I don't know what that name means. I don't know what that name means, and that doesn't sound like a generic name anywhere I come from. I don't mean it like that. I mean, I literally enjoy the fucking food. You fucking weird ass motherfucker. Number one, I was literally eating pasta when I said that. And number two, those are literally my two favorite foods to eat in the world. I literally like fucking the food pizza and the food pasta. I'm not some fucking weirdo like you guys. I'm not some satanic P. Diddler weirdos like you guys, okay? Any woman will do for me, okay? I don't need specific age ranges of women. I'm not some fucking what's it called, snob that has that thing to where things like that have to be a certain way for me. All right, any woman will do. I'm not some fucking weirdo like you guys. Hello. But no, literally, my two favorite. Well, I like Chinese food too. Actually, I like Chinese food, but pizza and pastas are my go-to. I literally eat like ramen when I'm responsible for feeding myself. Like I literally eat ramen. I've on multiple occasions spitballed the idea in my head that if I was ever going to run my own business, it would be like a ramen food truck, but I wouldn't make Japanese ramen. I would make instant ramen, and I would dress it up with like ingredients and proteins and stuff like that. And that would be my way to I don't know, that's what I would do. That's what I would do if I was going to open like a food truck. I would either be heating up like frozen meats and making like simple things like sausage on a hot dog bun, but I heat it up with a George Foreman. Or it would be like hamburgers heated up on a George Foreman. That would be my food. Those are my food truck ideas, is like dressed up ramen and like heating up meat on a George Foreman in a food truck instead of having an actual grill in a food truck. So the other day, I had to prepare food. Never mind. You guys don't care anyway. You guys don't care anyway. See, I start talking, and because you guys have nothing nice to say, and you're a bunch of weirdos, no one's here. I'm just eating alone. That's basically literally what's going on, is I'm literally just eating alone. I'm literally just eating alone. But see, what you guys don't realize is that this is better than endlessly never fitting in on Discord. This is better than endlessly never fitting in on Discord. Not only is this better than endlessly never fitting in on Discord, this is better than endlessly never fitting in real life. Is what you guys don't realize. What you guys don't realize is that if you're like me and people treat you like garbage, no matter what you do, You could literally get the most VR boxing wins in the world like me, and everyone's going to treat you like garbage your entire life. Even if you become the best in the world at something like me, even if you get the most of anything in the world, people are still going to treat you like garbage. So this is better than endlessly never fitting in anywhere. Doing this with my time is better than endlessly never fitting in anywhere. Is what you guys fail to understand. So you don't understand that if I hadn't been spending the last several years predominantly streaming with my free time, nothing good would have happened. Is what you don't understand. What you don't understand is that I would just be getting mistreated by people in a different way in the real world or on Discord. But I would never fit in anywhere. And I would be alone either way. Even if I wasn't streaming, I would still be alone, neglected, ignored, hated by everyone. So this is objectively better. Even if no one watches, this is objectively a better use of my time than being mistreated by you guys in person. Is what you don't understand. See, my life was over before I turned 18, or my life was over when I turned 18. My life basically ended when I was 18, and everyone treated me like garbage when I was a kid before I was 18. Before I was 18, everyone treated me like garbage. And then everyone treated me like garbage after I turned 18. So, but I was looking forward to being over the age of 18. I was looking forward to being over the age of 18 because I'm a hard worker. I'm a hard worker and I like learning. And I was looking forward to being an adult because I wanted to learn things and I wanted to be successful. And I wanted to rub that in the faces of everyone that mistreated me when I was a kid. See, I was looking forward I was looking forward to being an adult because I wanted to learn a bunch of things. I wanted to be successful. And instead, everyone continued the pattern of abuse that had been perpetuated against me since I was a child. And everyone has refused to teach me anything valuable in the state that I was born in, which is primarily inhabited by people that aren't from here. So all of my potential was wasted. All of my potential was wasted. My life's been a waste. There's no turning it around. There's no turning my life around. I'm just gonna get uglier. My body's already falling apart. I'm just gonna get uglier. People are just gonna show me less and less respect. And no one cares. There's only really been one woman that's ever pretended to love me, and that was obviously a lie because I'm alone. So the only woman that ever convinced me that she actually loved me lied to me. So not only was my potential wasted, not only was my potential wasted, not only has my life been a waste, the only romance I've ever had in my life was a lie, is really a good way to put it. The only woman that ever told me she loved me was lying because she left me. My potential was wasted because I've never been taught, you know, I've never been taught anything that's made me enough money to survive. I've never been taught anything that's made me enough money to survive. I've never been paid the standard of living a day of my life. And that's really all that needs to be said. Really all that needs to be said is that my potential's been wasted. My potential's been wasted. I've always been a hard worker. I've always, for how dumb I am, I've always been smart. For how dumb I am, I've always been smart. I've always been a hard worker. I've always refused to quit in a lot of ways. even though I have quit in a lot of ways. I've always refused to quit in a lot of ways. And my potential and my life was wasted down to the only woman that ever told me that she loves me, that I was convinced meant it, was lying. That woman was lying to me. Otherwise, she wouldn't have left me. Anyone that tells you that they love you and then they leave you, they never loved you. Even if they tell you that they did love you at some point, they never actually loved you. Because if you actually genuinely were in love with someone, you would never leave them. So every woman that's ever told me that she loves me was lying, and the only one that ever convinced me that they were being genuine was also lying. So on top of my potential being wasted when it comes to what I should have done as a career, when it comes to my potential being wasted as to what I should have done for a career, you know, I don't know how to explain this. You don't understand what it's like to jump from job to job that doesn't pay enough. You know, the longest I've ever worked somewhere is the only place that I've ever stayed longer than a year is a job that is equivalent to burger flipping. The only job that I've ever had longer than a year is equivalent to burger flipping. I mean, the runner-up is another job that doesn't pay enough, which is literally setting traffic zones up and watching people work on the power grid. The only job that I've held second longest to burger flipping is a job where you set up traffic zones and you watch people work on the power lines. So, again, the bringing up fraud thing, I'm assuming that's a jab at my criminal record. And let's bring up again how my criminal record, if you actually were able to look deeper into it, if you actually were able to look deeper into my criminal record than what the public record says, you would see that the Cape Coral Police Department made me a patsy for a drug trafficker named Dustin Taylor, who, has laced countless drugs in the North Fort Myers, Cape Coral area with fentanyl and caused countless amounts of Latino and white trash people's untimely demise by lacing heroin with fentanyl. So the Cape Coral Police Department made me take the felony charge for Dustin Taylor's counterfeit money. And Dustin Taylor is a drug trafficker and career criminal who has laced countless people's heroin with fentanyl, also sold weapons, on top of many other drugs. I've seen Dustin Taylor cook cocaine into crack before. So every time you bring up my criminal record, you're bringing up the failures of the detectives of the Lee County Sheriff's Office and the Cape Coral Police Department, which is a broader failure of the Florida Department of Corrections and the Florida prosecuting attorneys. The prosecuting attorneys of the Florida Bar Association, the Florida Department of Corrections, the Cape Coral Police Department, and the Lee County Sheriff's Office are all of the people responsible for me having a criminal record that has made my life a complete and utter waste. And the only reason I can come up with as to why they would make me take the charges of Dustin Taylor's crimes is because I flirted with an art hoe in high school. When I was like 15 or 16, I flirted with an art hoe who happened to have a father that was a Cape Coral police officer. So my life and my earning potential has been ruined by the failures of the Cape Coral Police Department, the Lee County Sheriffs, the Florida Bar Association's prosecuting attorneys, and or the state prosecutors, and the Lee County Sheriffs and the Cape Coral Police Department. All of those people's failures are why my life has been a complete and utter waste, and why I never got to make the money that I should have earned in my life to make up for the amount of disrespect that I have faced my entire life. Okay? I have been disrespected and shown no respect. I've been isolated and mistreated. People in real life treat me just as shittily as people on the internet, and they've been doing that to me since I was a child. Okay, I've never fit in anywhere. My life has been a complete and utter waste in the sense that I have never learned anything that has made it to where I get paid the standard of living a single day of my life. And you can thank the retarded motherfuckers of the state of Florida for the fact that no one here hardly gets paid the standard of living. You can thank their retarded ass backwards anti-union sentiment, which does nothing but prop up the diddler elites of this state that they sat by idly by their entire lives and let these diddler elites rule them and underpay them. Every single one of these people in Florida that pretends that they're thugs that you see sat idly by and let diddler elites rule them while they get paid pennies. Okay, so these people have no respect for themselves, and they want to sit here and cast stones in glass houses at other people like me, which is why I've never been paid the standard of living a single day of my fucking life in this shithole state. So you can thank the retarded fucking residents of Florida for the fact that this place is a shithole and that people aren't moving here anymore. Sorry, I started saying that because a FedEx guy was staring at me. A FedEx guy started staring at me from his truck, so I started talking about him through the window so he could know how I feel about him as a resident of Florida. Every time you hear me start yelling about how people in Florida are window-licking retards, that's because one of them is within earshot of me, and I want them to know exactly how I feel about them. Literally every time, if you go back in my streams, every time you've seen me yelling about how people in Florida are window-licking mouth breathers, that's because one of them is making eye contact with me, and I want them to know how I feel about them. I had to let that FedEx guy and his apprentice know that I'm not impressed by the fact that they bent the knee to Jeffrey Diddlestein and Donald Diddle and Donald chucked the baby in a lake, I'll give you $300, Trump. Donald, abort the baby in a lake along with yourself, Trump, for $300. And Jeffrey Diddlestein are the kind of people that your FedEx employees have been serving their entire lives in the state of Florida. And I want them to know that I don't respect them or think that they're a thug when they sit there making prolonged eye contact with me. Now that I have the knowledge for certain, it is no longer speculation. I have the knowledge for certain that they've been serving Jeffrey Diddlestein their entire life, and Donald chucked the baby in a lake along with yourself for $300, Trump. I don't know how I'm gonna crash when an AI camera would rate my driving a 100% right now, because you guys are within the periphery of the road. Okay, it's not like I'm holding you down here. Okay, I'm not holding you down here. A literal AI fucking camera, that the same ones that are auditing the police officers driving, I've driven under those before, and they rated my driving 100. Okay, so if I crash, that'll be a miracle. But on top of it, you must have missed the part where I said I've never been paid the standard of living a day of my life. You're missing the part where I said I've never been paid the standard of living a day of my life. So it would be fortunate for me if I crashed. It would be fortunate for me if I crashed and if it led to my untimely demise. Yeah, also, when I was driving professionally with an AI camera auditing my driving, my GPS was on the phone, so I was constantly scanning the phone with my eyes while driving hundreds and hundreds of miles a day. Okay, I used to drive hundreds and hundreds of miles a day professionally with an AI camera auditing me, so I call bullshit on your claim that my driving is reckless, because the AI camera that they use to audit all the other professional drivers driving said that I drive 100%. So I actually probably drive better than your phenotype while distracted. I probably actually drive better than everyone that looks like you, has your skin tone, has your phenotype, and has your DNA, because my driving was rated 100% by an AI camera, and that's not a common thing to have for months straight. Okay? You need to calm down. This is my stream. This is my stream. You need to calm down. You need to stop with your presumptuous statements and show me the respect I deserve. Okay, because you serve diddler elites. You bend the knee and serve diddler elites for pennies. You give your children over to diddler elites and you serve diddler elites for pennies. Okay? Your family, I guarantee you, you're related to someone that sold one of their offspring to Jeffrey Diddlestein, and then Jeffrey Diddlestein sold your relative to an Islamic prince or something like that. Okay, I guarantee you 100% you're related to someone that's done that. So it seems like you need to shut the fuck up with your shutting up, because you're related to someone that sold their offspring to a diddler elite who then sold your relative to Islamic royalty. No, I don't. I can run circles around you, I assure you. I assure you I can run circles around you. And if you say one more thing, I'm gonna ban you. If you say one more thing, I'm gonna ban you. Boom. And if you would like to spar on stream, come to Lee County, Florida. Now that you've been seen out, because I'm not your human punching bag, now that you've been seen out, if you would like to confront me like a man, if you would like to handle someone you have a problem with like a man for once in your life, you can come to Lee County, Florida and spar me on stream. If you want to behave like how men actually behave for once in your life, and instead of being a retard over the internet and a pussy over the internet, if you want to spar on stream someone that you think you're better than, instead of being a pussy over the internet, you can come to Lee County, Florida, and we can spar on stream, because boxing is a sport and sparring is practice. Sparring is practicing a sport, and boxing is a sport. They can, what's it called? They can put their thumb up their ass once they get to Lee County, Florida, and then they can start spinning on it. They have alts. All of you have alts. You can tell me when you're in Lee County, Florida. Okay? You can tell me when you're in Lee County, Florida. You can contact me on Twitter. There's a fucking link tree on my profile that has several accounts attached to it that you can inbox. Okay? You can contact me on Twitter. You can contact me on TikTok or some bullshit like that. Don't pretend you could ping me on YouTube. Okay? He's not banned from pinging me on YouTube. Okay? So if you want to know how he can contact me, you can begin by putting your thumb up your ass and spitting on it. Go fuck yourself. Don't tell me how to behave, you pussy ass motherfucker. Now that you've seen yourself out, if you want to behave like a man for once in your life, you can spar me on stream in Lee County, Florida, you bitch ass motherfucker. Fucking servant of diddlers. You fucking servant of diddler elites. Don't come here and get an attitude with me when you've been working for fucking diddlers your whole life for fucking pennies. Don't pretend you have self-respect or you're a fucking gangster all of a sudden when you've never been in fucking handcuffs, you've never fought anyone, all you've done is ran your pussy ass mouth through the fucking internet. Don't pretend for a goddamn second that you've done anything other than make fucking diddlers money your entire goddamn life. Don't come here and get a fucking attitude with me when you can't even stand up for your fucking self. Tired of you motherfuckers that have your paychecks written by fucking kid diddlers coming here and giving me a fucking attitude when I've never been paid the standard of living a goddamn day in my life because your police wanted to make me face the charges that a literal fucking murderer should have faced. Alright? Because your pussy ass, fucking corrupt ass police that didn't put fucking diddlers in handcuffs until the fucking FBI told them to. Fucking pussy ass fucking cops want to make my life fucking worthless to protect a fucking drug trafficker that fucking murdered people and sold guns that fucking killed innocent people, and you want to come here and cop a fucking attitude with me when I've never been paid the standard of living in my goddamn life, and all you pussy ass motherfuckers do is work for fucking kid diddlers? You want to pretend you have fucking integrity or that you're better than me when you've worked for fucking kid diddlers your whole life? Go fuck yourself. I have more integrity for walking away from the amount of jobs I've walked away from than every single one of you fucking kid diddler, knee-bending ass motherfuckers. I can't look at the fucking car next to me without hating every single motherfucker in this state. Motherfuckers are knee deep in debt, fucking raising kids for what? Raising kids for what? The next fucking Diddlestein? Like, what are you raising kids for? The next fucking Diddlestein, you stupid motherfucker? They're not gonna pay them anything. They're not gonna pay your stupid ass kids anything, you stupid motherfuckers. Why don't you go back? Why don't you go back to Minnesota so the Somalis can rule your fucking offspring, you pathetic motherfuckers? Why the fuck are people from Minnesota down here so they can try to fucking make this place ran by fucking Somali pirates? We don't want you motherfuckers here. We don't want you or your goddamn money you defrauded from the government, you Minnesota motherfuckers. All I see around me are a bunch of pathetic motherfuckers that can't handle their problems like men. That's all I fucking see. I just see a bunch of pathetic motherfuckers that can't handle their problems like men. Every goddamn where I look. And that's why none of us get paid the fucking standard of living. None of us get paid the standard of living because you're all a bunch of fucking pussies that can't handle your problems like men. Fucking coward ass motherfuckers. Fuck are you looking at, cunt? Go back to Minnesota and be ruled by fucking Somalis, you fucking cunt. Like you're gonna fucking do anything. What are you gonna do? Try to hit me with a purse, you fucking cunt? Go back to Minnesota and be ruled by Somalis, you fucking bitch. Pussy ass so-called man you got in the back ain't doing anything either because you're all a bunch of fucking cowards. They didn't say a fucking thing. Typical Floridian behavior. Fucking cowards. Every single one of these motherfuckers. That's why they're ruled by diddler elites. That's why Trump abort her in a lake, I'll give you $300, runs this fucking state, because you're all a bunch of fucking cowards. And that's why Minnesota was ruled by fucking criminal foreigners too, because you're all a bunch of fucking pussies. We can pull over here if you want to talk, cunt. We can pull over right here. You think you're brave? Come over here, bitch. She kept on driving. She kept on driving. 'Cause Minnesota's full of cowards. 'Cause Minnesota and Florida's full of cowards. whoever the fuck I want to talk to. Who the fuck are you talking to? You want to tell me who the fuck you're talking to? Where am I from? It doesn't matter where I'm from. If I was from your house, I'd still beat the fuck out of you. If I was born in your house, I'd still beat the fuck out of you. If I was born in your driveway, I'd still beat the fuck out of you. If I was born 1,000 miles away from you, I'd still beat the fuck out of you because you're a fucking bitch. That's where I'm from. Learn how to discuss in a less aggressive tone, you fucking bitch. Maybe stop using acronyms. You don't seem like someone trying to make a friend, fucking what's it called, talking to me in fucking shorthand slang and acronyms, fucking asking me personal questions over a fucking public forum, asking me personally identifiable information over a public forum in fucking shorthand and slang. Like you think I fucking owe you respect or something? Do you think we're fucking familiar with each other or something? Do you think I fucking owe you respect to respond to you talking to me in fucking shorthand and asking me personally identifiable information in a public forum? The fuck's the matter with you? Doesn't seem like you're trying to discuss. What are you trying to discuss? How to get your ass beat? Are you trying to discuss how to get your ass beat by a stranger? Because that's how you get your ass beat by a stranger, is asking a stranger personally identifiable information in shorthand and slang. Let's talk about how I've never been paid the standard of living a day in my life. Let's bring that up again. Let's circle that wagon one more time. Let's circle the I've never been paid the standard of living a day in my life wagon one more time. Let's talk about how my life's been a complete and utter waste. Let's talk about how my life was over before I was 18 years old. Let's talk about how I was mistreated my entire adolescence, neglected and ignored, mocked, ridiculed. Let's talk about how my entire adolescence I was bullied by the fucking children of these rich snobs. Some of them were probably going to Diddlestein Island, okay? I had a wealthy Jewish friend growing up whose dad worked for IBM and spent many years in Japan. He walked around school in a yarmulke, and I got mocked and ridiculed relentlessly my entire life by the children of fucking people who probably went to Diddlestein Island. And then when I turned 18, my life was over before it began. I got kicked out. And then I got made a patsy for a drug trafficker named Dustin Taylor, who's probably still walking free to this day, because the police give him some of the most favorable deals that I've ever seen. The police give him, and many others like him, some of the most favorable deals that I've ever seen. What's it called? I mean, where does it end? Where does it end? Where does it end? Where do I stop? I've never been paid the standard of living a day of my life. And the place that I have spent the most time working in my adult life is a burger flipping place. I have spent most of my adult life, well, the most time that I have spent doing the same thing in my entire adult life, it has been burger flipping. Okay? I have spent the most time out of the jobs that I've had burger flipping. Burger flipping. That is what I've spent the most time doing in my adult life for money, is burger flipping. And you can't tell me that my potential has not been wasted. You cannot tell me that my potential has not been wasted, and it is because these motherfuckers refuse to teach me anything valuable. They won't fucking trust me with any information that's valuable. They won't actually teach me how to do anything. Every time they pretend they're teaching me something valuable, they bring out the bullshit jargon book. They bring out the bullshit jargon book like they're trying to prevent me from being able to fucking vote in the 1800s, dude. Like, they're giving me a goddamn literacy test every time they give me something that is supposed to be me learning something. They give me the fucking bullshit jargon book that's full of fucking nonsense, and you gotta fucking decipher it with a fucking thesaurus, okay? I have the most VR boxing wins, but every goddamn time, when it comes to teaching me something that's worth money, these motherfuckers bust out the fucking jargon book. Bro, I worked for Humana once. I worked for fucking Humana. I worked for Humana, and these motherfuckers gave me a fucking Jamaican to teach me, and this bitch was speaking in fucking English jargon. This bitch was speaking in English jargon, and they fucking had a Jamaican lady trying to teach me in fucking English jargon. It was fucking bullshit, dude. It was goddamn bullshit. I fucking worked for Humana, and they gave me a fucking bullshit jargon book instead of teaching me how to do the job. Because these people are fucking assholes. You're all a bunch of fucking assholes. Fucking giving me a bullshit jargon book instead of just teaching me how to work for Humana. Bro, it is fucking impossible for me to crash. It is impossible for me to crash. My fucking driving has been rated a 100% by a fucking AI camera. An AI camera rated my driving a 100%. It is fucking impossible for me to crash. It is impossible for me to crash. I could drive this bitch backwards down the road and not crash. I could fucking drive this shit backwards down the road and not crash. Well, why the fuck would why would I risk getting a ticket? You guys have not given me a dime ever. Ever. You haven't even showed me common decency. Okay, dude, I got the most fucking VR boxing wins on stream, and you motherfuckers could have been on the ground floor of the guy that has the most VR boxing wins. And not only did I get the most VR boxing wins, y'all didn't touch my penis once. Okay, no one even offered to touch my penis after I got the most VR boxing wins. That's how much you guys fucking suck. Not only did you not get in on the ground floor, you didn't get in on the ground floor of being fan of the guy that has the most VR boxing wins. I would have wanted a t-shirt if I was fan of the guy with the most VR boxing wins. I would have, and he behaved like me, I would have wanted a t-shirt. All right, I would have wanted a hat or a t-shirt from the guy that has the most VR boxing wins that acts like me. I would have wanted a hat and a t-shirt. But you motherfuckers, y'all didn't even get in on the ground floor of guy that has the most VR boxing wins. I gave the world its literal comeuppance and then some, and you guys didn't even acknowledge it. You guys tried to low tax me, and I literally Uwe Bull the world like the German director Uwe Bull. Okay, you guys tried to no-sell that. You guys tried to no-sell me giving the world its comeuppance in real time after the world doubted, mocked, and ridiculed me my entire goddamn life. And you guys could have been on the ground floor of that. You guys could have been day one. You guys could have been day ones of the guy that has the most VR boxing wins in the world. You guys could have been the day ones. You could have been the day ones. Okay? You could have been the day ones of the guy that has the most VR boxing wins, but you decided to treat me like I'm just another pale North American. You tried to treat me like I'm just another pale North American, and you could have been on the ground floor of backing the guy. You could have been the number one guy of the guy that has the most VR boxing wins. You could have been the number one guy of the guy that has the most VR boxing wins, and you tried to no-sell it instead. You tried to no-sell me having the most VR boxing wins. Okay? You tried to no-sell me having the most VR boxing wins when you should have been asking me for t-shirts and hats. You should have been asking me for t-shirts and hats, but you tried to no-sell me giving the world its comeuppance in real time. Like, I gave you the whole lore. I gave you so much lore. I gave you so much lore about why the world was going to get its comeuppance and why the world has it coming and why the world gave me a bad deal and why the world gave me the short end of the stick. Like, I tried to give you the lore about the fire that I have inside me, dude. Like, I tried to give you the lore about what's going on up here and like how much bitterness is going on here. Okay, I tried to give you the lore, and you should have figured that the world was going to get its comeuppance. Like, you should have figured, like, the world's done this guy so dirty that the world's going to get its comeuppance. You should have known that that was in the works. I tried to tell you a million ways that that was in the works. I have so much fire in me that I am basically a torchbearer. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I got a lot of fire in me. Okay, there's a lot of bitterness going on in the old noodle here. There's a lot of shit stirring in here. Okay, there's a lot of shit stirring in here, and there's a lot of plotting revenge. There's a lot of plotting revenge going on up here, and there's a lot of biding time for my moment to strike back at the world at all times going on up here. There's a lot of biding my time. There's a lot of biding my time and waiting for the perfect moment to strike going on up here. And there's a lot of shit stirring in here. Okay, and you guys should have known. You guys should have known that the world was going to get its comeuppance, and you could have been in on the ground floor. I tried to tell you guys that you need to get in on this. I tried to tell you guys that you need to get in on this, that you need to back this, that you need to buy now and hold it. Okay, I tried to tell you that this isn't a rug pull. I tried to tell you that I'm not. I tried to tell you that I'm not a used car salesman, okay? I tried to tell you that I am selling you good bonds. I tried to tell you that I have good bonds here for sale. I tried to tell you that I have good bonds here. Okay, I tried to tell you I'm not hawking. I tried to tell you I'm not selling wolf tickets. I tried to tell you I'm not selling wolf tickets, and you guys couldn't figure it out. You couldn't figure it out. You just couldn't figure out that I'm not selling you wolf tickets. And now you're late to the being a fan of the best of the guy with the most VR boxing wins party. You're late to the being the number one guy of the guy that has the most VR boxing wins party. You're late to that party. You're late to the party. The ship has sailed without you in it. The ship has sailed without you in it. That's how you know I'm not selling you wolf tickets. That's how you know that I'm not selling you wolf tickets. Okay, that's how you know that these are good bonds and that the ship has sailed. The ship has sailed to be the day one top guy of the guy with the most VR boxing wins. You've missed the party. I told you that we were going to have full-on Pac-Man fever here. I tried to tell you that we were going to have full-on Pac-Man fever going on here. It was going to be a party. It was going to be a party up in here. We were going to have Pac-Man fever up in here. I tried to tell you that I'm going to make the block hot. I tried to tell you that shit was going to go down. And I tried to tell you that shit was going to go down so hard that the FBI showed up to my house. I tried to tell you shit was going down so hard that the FBI showed up to my house, and you guys tried to no-sell it. You guys let the ship sail, and now you're late to the being the top guy. You missed your opportunity to be in on the ground floor. What do you mean? What am I selling you? I told you you're too late. I told you you're too late. What the fuck am I selling you? How am I selling you something if you're too late? If it's too late, how am I selling you something if it's too late? If it's too late for you to get in on it because the shit's already happened, how am I selling you something? You missed your chance to be the day one top guys for the guy that has the most VR boxing wins. And again, it's a fact that I have the most VR boxing wins and you were late to the party. I don't know what to tell you. How am I selling you something when it's too late? No, that's just a fact. These are all facts. See, you're shifting the goalpost. You're shifting the goalpost because before the clear implication was that I'm trying to sell you something by giving you all of these facts. That was clearly what you were implying before. You were implying that I'm trying to sell you something by making all of these factual statements, and or you're trying to say that my phrasing is that of a salesperson. But the fact of the matter is I'm not selling you anything, and you did miss your chance. No, you're shit. No. I'm not shifting the goalpost. You're shifting the goalpost. You're shifting the goalpost. I've never shifted a goalpost in my life. Okay, I've never shifted a goalpost in my life. I am the goyim on the roof. All right, I had fucking Jewish people buying me non-alcoholic Shirley Temples when I was in middle school. Okay, I'm the goyim on the roof. Okay, I'm holding shit down for all the free thinkers out there. I'm holding shit down for all the free thinkers out there, and I'm the goyim on the roof. So I'm not bullshitting. I've never bullshitted in my life, even when I'm on the toilet. All right, this isn't deflection. This isn't deflection. This is an appeal to This is this is an appeal to this is an appeal to realness. I need to trim it. I have a quality foil shaver from Walmart, but I'm doing this to hide my dastardly phenotype. I have a dastardly phenotype, and I have to conceal it with a beard. But when I'm flipping burgers, that means I have to trim it, because it's like what they did to the Russian people who thought that their beards were superpowers in the past. But they're doing that now to me with workplace dress codes and grooming and hygiene standards. So I have to use a foil shaver, which makes it hard to disguise my dastardly phenotype. It's very hard to disguise my dastardly phenotype. Bro, these houses look so different paint. What sites? Hold on, what sites? Alright. See, you mentioned the Satanist enough times. You mentioned the Satanist enough times, and then they stop by and all of a sudden they're talking about uploading clips of your demise to sites. To sites. What stance am I supposed to be proving? What am I supposed to be proving to you, sir? What am I supposed to be proving to you? Number one, what have I not proven to you? And what am I supposed to be proving to you? I didn't know I was supposed to be proving things to you. My mind is doing the worst, okay. My mind is doing the worst. My mind is doing the worst. You're the one talking about clipping me being injured. You're the one that came here and said that, number one, there's a lot of disgusting shit on Facebook. Number two, you're the one that said sites. You said sites. You said, how are you praying for me? How are you praying for me? How are you praying for me? Number one, your God loves me more than you. Your God loves me more than you. We don't have the same God. But my God, your God, I don't have a God. Your God loves me more than you. And my hairline is doing all right for 30. My hairline's doing all right for 30. My hairline's doing great for 30, and I blame barbers for the state of my hairline. Because I tell them a buzz cut, and they overcomplicate it every time. Every time I ask for a simple buzz cut, they want to do some extra shit. Every time that I ask for a simple buzz cut that takes like 10 minutes to do, they overcomplicate it. And I don't know why. It makes me not want to tip people. Genuinely. I genuinely don't want to tip people, because every time I ask for a simple buzz cut, they overcomplicate it. You haven't stated what I'm supposed to prove to you yet. Number one, I've proven, number one, everything that I've said is factual, but you haven't stated what I'm supposed to prove to you. You have not told me what I am supposed to prove to you. Then repeat it. Repeat it one more time if you've told me, and I'll see if I remember reading it. There shouldn't be homeless people in the United States, and that's emblematic. Like the United States, by all regards, should only have homeless people that want to be homeless, and that's that's emblematic of everything wrong with the. I'm not scrolling up. Repeat it. That's emblematic of everything wrong with the United States. Why the fuck am I? Let me scroll up while I'm driving instead of you repeating it. A fucking asshole. But like, that's emblematic of everything wrong with the United States, because there should not, the only people that should be homeless in the United States are people that want to not do anything. I don't believe you. I don't believe that you and your sister are fans of my stream. And I feel like you're asking me to say a name for nefarious reasons. I feel like you're asking me to say a name for nefarious reasons, and I feel like you and your sister aren't fans. There's something fishy about that. Something doesn't smell right about that comment. I don't like the way that comment smells. Something smells fishy about that comment. No, now you're making me feel bad. Now you're making me feel bad. I can't tell if you're lying to me or not. I know I'm not lying because everything that I said is true. Oh, fuck. That's how I know I'm not lying. I don't need to know what you said to know I'm not lying. I don't need to prove it. I already did. Yeah. Wendy's is pretty good. I like Wendy's. What, did you not see me? I got the Wednesday Addams fucking combo special thing when they had the fucking Netflix Wednesday Addams Family promotion. I went and got the fucking the weird ass purple dipping sauce and the fucking I think I still have the spoon from the promotion. I think I still have the fucking spoon with like the headstone. It's like purple with a headstone and a raven on it. I think that was the last time I went to Wendy's, is when they had that crossover promotion thing. That I have the most VR boxing wins. It's a fact that I have the most VR boxing wins, and it is also a fact. What else was I talking about with you? Hold on. Now you're making me scroll up. I don't know. That I have the most VR boxing wins. That's what I prove. Oh yeah, that you could be the ground floor. You could have been in on the ground floor of guy who has the most VR boxing wins. That's what I was talking about. Well, now I know. Now I definitively remembered what we were talking about. So now I remember. You know, you're supposed to repeat what I didn't prove. That's what you were supposed to repeat. You were supposed to repeat what I didn't prove. You were supposed to repeat what I didn't prove. My gimmick? I have a gimmick? Can someone remind me what my gimmick is? Can someone remind me what my gimmick is? I didn't know I had a gimmick. I'm a troll. I'm a I'm a troll and I have a gimmick. Okay. I'm a troll and I have a gimmick. Does anyone know what my gimmick is? Does anyone know what my gimmick is? That's a quote from Shrek 3. Agua Purificada. That was that the movie you're referencing came out when young Justin Bieber was still on the radio. That's how old Shrek 3 is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Wait. 1, 2, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 19, 20. Okay. What is W about the stream? I don't. It is that serious. It is that serious that I've never been paid the standard of living a day of my life. It is definitely that serious that I've never been paid the standard of living a day of my life. Whoa. You can't tell me that Humana's training material isn't bullshit. You cannot tell me that Humana's training material isn't entirely jargon and bullshit. It definitely is. The only thing they explained that made sense was that insurance is a scam, and that is in their training. But the only thing that they said that made sense about the Humana training is the part where they explained that insurance is just a bank account. The only thing that wasn't retarded and entirely in jargon about all of the Humana training that I got paid to do was the part where they said that insurance companies are just bank accounts. That's the only thing they said that made sense, was that insurance companies are just bank accounts and brokerage accounts and IRAs and fucking mutual funds and shit like that. That's the only thing about Humana's training that wasn't retarded. That's the only thing they said that wasn't retarded. I'm 100% not lying. That is the only thing they said in the Humana training that wasn't entirely jargon. I 100% guarantee you they paid me to take classes, and it was a Jamaican lady. Because it wasn't a book. It wasn't a book. It was classes. They had instructors for classes, and the only thing they tell you in the class that makes sense is that insurance companies are just brokerage accounts that are collecting your money in the United States. That's the only thing they said that made any sense, and wasn't retarded is that insurance companies are just brokerage accounts that collect your money. Oh. Huh? I make too much money for food stamps. Well, you can't make minimum wage and get food stamps. That's the new thing. The new thing is that you can't make minimum wage and get food stamps, but you also have to work to get food stamps, so no one gets food stamps. That's the new rule. The new rule in the United States is that you can't make minimum wage and get food stamps. What? Minimum wage is too much money to get benefits from the government nowadays. Dude, tell me how insurance companies aren't a bank account, and I'll tell you how you're lying. Tell me how insurance companies aren't a bank account. What do they do with the money then? What do they do with the money if it's not a brokerage account? If the insurance companies aren't brokerage account holders, then where does the money go? I don't know what this guy is talking about. What Latina? I don't know who this guy is talking about. What? They do not invest in themselves. It literally says that it goes into fucking brokerage accounts and fucking bank accounts and shit in their own goddamn training. In their own fucking training material that they give to their own employees, that a literal instructor. They do not reinvest in their own stocks. I don't even think you can invest in your own stocks. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It goes back into the company or their stocks. If they were investing in their own stocks, that would probably be illegal. Yeah, they can buy the fucking shares of their company back, but fucking like yeah, people can buy out your stocks. I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but they don't invest in their own fucking stocks. They literally say it goes into fucking brokerage accounts and fucking bank accounts and shit. They literally gamble on the fucking stock market with your fucking insurance fucking premiums. Your fucking insurance policies go into fucking gambling on the stock market. It literally says that in their own fucking training material. No, they're not investing in themselves. It literally said that it goes into brokerage accounts. It did not say that they buy their own stocks. That's fucking stupid. That's fucking stupid. If they were buying their own stocks, I could buy insurance stocks and they would forever go up because people aren't going to stop paying for insurance until they have to in the United States. It would make no goddamn sense. It would, because insurance stocks would never fucking dip ever. If they were just taking the policy money and just forever putting it into their own stocks, Humana stocks would be worth like $1 million a piece. Humana stocks would be worth more than fucking Bitcoin if they took all of the fucking policyholders' money and put it all on Humana. The fucking price of Humana stocks would be worth more than fucking Bitcoin. That makes no goddamn sense. If they used the policy money to buy their own stocks, the price of Humana stocks would be worth more than fucking Bitcoin, you goddamn moron. Yes, it fucking absolutely goddamn would. They have more money than God. They have more money than God. What goddamn numbers? Go look at the price of Humana stock. Bitcoin costs like fucking 3 years' salary for a fucking poor person. One Bitcoin is worth like 3 entire year's salaries of a fucking poor person. And you mean to fucking tell me that Humana's taking all of their policyholders' money from the entire goddamn earth and putting it all on Humana? That's fucking preposterous. It'd be worth more than fucking Bitcoin. If all of Humana's money went on to Humana stocks, I don't even know if Humana's publicly traded, okay? I don't even know if Humana's publicly traded. But if Humana put all of its money in Humana stocks would be worth more than fucking Bitcoin. I don't need to show you the math. Insurance is fucking expensive. Everyone knows insurance is fucking expensive, and it would be too much goddamn money that they'd be putting on Humana stocks. It'd be worth more than fucking Bitcoin. It'd be worth more than goddamn Bitcoin. I am absolutely not wrong. I am absolutely 1000% not wrong. You need insurance for goddamn everything in the United States, especially if you run a fucking business. I am absolutely 1000% not wrong. I am 110% not wrong. I literally fucking married a fucking woman that was fucking half Latino, technically. So, fucking whatever. Fucking whatever.